So they'll be calling you a radical. I'm going to name this painting Jackson Pollock's Assembly line. You gotta drip. Kevin BLANCH says you gotta flip. Of course, this was the right painting. This painting's been all over the world. Florence, Italy. Vienna, the BLANCH box. Fuck. Right in fucking all the Operation Foxconn news. Fucking in New York City, I mean, D.C., at the White House. You name it, it's been there. So I painted the right one. I painted it right. So, this is important. I got to show you this. And this is a graduate program. I don't need to connect the fucking dots for the sheep. I mean, the sheep shit show and they're ignorant. I'm just tired of them. This is a graduate program. The Post-Ignorance University, Kevin BLANCH teaches that class. Graduated long ago with master's degrees. This is a postgraduate program. So I got to show you this. Samuel Hans Jepsen. Something right in the New Denmark, right? Of course, Henry Taggart. I love Henry Taggart's work. So, look where it's right there. So, he obviously painted this, I mean, literally. So, the Mormon poplars, those are called Mormon trees, they brought them with them. I got to show you, this is important. They brought them with them. My Mormon poplar tree is laying dead in my yard. So down this lane, the first Mormons out here who were friends with Little Soldier, yeah, BLANCH. They planted apple trees. There were plum bush trees. There was a mulberry tree down there. This mega dairy welfare thing, he thinks he's righteous. One day I came home and he tore them all out. I mean, they were still there. They were incredible. The very first immigrants, they were all Danes, by the way, for the most part. I'm working on it. So let me show you my Mormon popular. Well, you've seen it a million times, but let me show it to you anyway. It's perfect. They come for the craftsman. Such a great painting. Oh, I love that painting. I mean, and as people know, I can draw like a camera. I mean, I really can draw like a camera. I mean, I became so bored with that so long ago. So long ago. Well, there's my Austrian pines. There was a bunch of them. They died in 2014, 30. There's my Mormon poplar, they call them. So, as you know, they plant them all over here. They don't do well in the desert. And so, Lake Barrett's sunflower. My vehicle that broke down, the old potato planter, multi-generation right here. The marine biologist in the high desert of Utah, Kevin BLANCH. So, I love that painting. I really love that painting. So, I wanted to show you that. So, you can see he stood right out here when he painted it. And it's a masterpiece. You know, I'm working on getting my haystacks. You know, when I was a kid, they were still throwing hay. I was, with pitchforks, in our great big huge barn right there that got hit by a tornado in 1968 and tore down. I mean, it sat there like a Salvador Dali painting. It was split right in two. That house was flattened to the ground. Came right here where I'm standing. How great. You can see he stood right here. You know, that's the mighty Mount Ogden. And so, all right. Multi-generation potato eaters. So, I'm going to tag this. And let's see if we can get this in one shot, in one take. Let's have your St. Aubrey Bechtel copy. A little late in the day for coffee. You'll be up all night. So, okay, let's do it. The difficult thing about doing what I do on this is because I don't have a camera person, I don't have a producer, I don't have a lawyer, I don't have nothing. One man band BLANCH. Stay down, Luke. Stay down, Luke. Former cancer inmate, number 137. It's Cancer Awareness Month, right? Right? So let's do it. You know what I say? I mean, painted with tomato soup on the first one that ever did it. I did it on metal. That tomato soup that's on that metal. That metal's from Dario Casteso's. No, it's from Mont DeGiorgio's barn. I painted it, who came here from Austria to raise tomatoes. I'm standing right here on the church welfare farm. My grandpa ran. I'm standing right on it. This is it. This is it. You know, my dad, the famous organic farm, they didn't call him bigger. He was something. He died young of cancer. My mom, the Woodbury artist, she's the greatest artist I ever saw. Incredible. Rejected the whole thing. My daughters, all of them, whoa, you should see them draw. Blow my mind. And all of my grandkids. Blows my mind how good they are. Incredible, but you know, it's a club around here anymore. You got to be connected. My mom used to say, Kevin, you're always offered these shows in these museums. I said, I'm not going into one of these lower, lesser museums. I'll go in one of the big museums. One of the that was before I realized that the Epstein clan runs the moment. Jeffrey Dubin, no. Glenn Dubin, Uncle Effie, Uncle Effie. Look it up. Leon Black. You got into the MoMA, you got into the Whitney. There's a picture of the Whitney. I was at the Grant Wood show of all people. He got leukemia the same age I did. There's a picture at the Grant Wood, at the Art of the Protest. There's a picture of me leading the Million Mass. Remember, the 6th of November. So, when Laura Poniez gets into the MoMA Astra, Uncle Effie runs the show. Who's that? Look up Glenn Dubin. Look up Leon Black. They're the gatekeepers. They're Epsteiners. How about I'm doing the Spiral Jetty, that incredible, historic, beautiful video that's so historic, it's unbelievable. And Joseph McDougall, the Desert Ice, pulls up and starts telling me about how he works for Bill Gates' father, the banker in the Guggenheim in Seattle, and his wife Sakura. I'm like, so let's do this. You get one shot, buddy. Make sure this camera is going. I know the sunlight's not the best right now, but we'll keep it. It's a work in progress. It's World Series Day. A to Z. The new F word. The new F word. Is it a noun? Is it a verb? Is it an adjective? Well, there's a place in Germany called... No, not that. Is it an adjective? Oh, the most used adjective in the world. Is it a verb? Oh, it's an action. No, get your mind out of the gutter. I'm talking Fukushima. The new F word. Don't say the F word. Museum curators don't like it. You got to drip. No, you got to flip. One man band BLANCH. I think I got this figured out. Maybe I don't. Huge. Axones. Drag it along. It's an assembly line, remember? It's an assembly line. You said it was Pollock's assembly line. So, Warhol, this is important. Warhol claimed he got the idea for the soup cans from his mother when he had romantic fever. And she would cut up and make wind chimes. He was obviously lying. The curator said it was her idea. The art critic says it was his idea. Everybody's idea. When we know factually. He knew the whole time. He was a liar. But he was the best. I love him. I shouldn't say liar. He played everybody. Warhol's wind chimes, huh? Maybe we could name it that. So, it was Elsa Platz. How come they won't mention her name? Because the museums, they're against her. And by the way, I got to tell this story. My mom, the incredible artist who rejected the entire scene, the Woodbury master, which, by the way, she said, Vargas can't dry hands. I remember my 25th birthday. She come up and says, here's your birthday. I was living up there in Oregon. He gave me the Cars album. I says, Cars, you don't even know who it is. I love those guys. She says, look who drew the cover. I'm like, whoa. She says, I told you he couldn't draw hands. They look like claws. Vargas used to say about her, she not only drew like a camera, she could be her own model. But now that I know what a sexist, nasty scene is, my grandpa, Abraham Hunsaker IV, said she drove home to Brigham City from Woodbury in her custom-made pink 1948 high school graduation present by Tom Hunsaker Motors, custom made from the factory. She drove all the way home and spent 2 days in the backyard in the fireplace next to Box Elder Creek, burning all her work. I never understood it. Till I got older and realized what a bunch of sexist creeps they were in that era. Remember, that was 1948. You know, my dad, the Senate Offering Marine, at Pendleton. They met on Washington Boulevard. Got a drip. So, obviously, Elsa Platz walking around with her soup can bra around New York City. You know, she's the original soup can metaphor. It's unarguable. So, turned out good. Really cool. We'll hang it up, right? God, it's a beauty. So, long video. It's important. God, still can't get over how beautiful that painting is and how he painted it right here. I'll do more work with it. Love his work. Samuel Jepson. LeConte Stewart in Kaysville, but no, we had Samuel Jepson. I'll take Jepson over LeConte any day. Of course, my mentor was Farrell Corlett. Oh yeah, he was my art professor. When I won a big art contest in the whole county. I got to tell this story. I'm at Weber High School. I'm an artist. I drew the yearbook covers. I drew the phone book covers in junior high at Walquist. At Weber High, I'm the guy. I'm in the AP art class, whatever. Steve Songer hated me. I was a handful, I admit it. I was wild. So they had a contest county-wide. Rulon Furman, my good buddy, big guy. He stood up on the stage and everybody had to draw him. I closed my eyes and drew him. Everybody loved it. All the teachers and the professors went crazy. They're like, oh my God, it's a masterpiece. So it hung on the wall, and I'm 16. The people at Weber State University that were voting on I had been kicked out by the time they got there. Well, I hadn't been kicked out. I'm over in the on the pottery wheel because I've been kicked out of the drawing portion by Steve Songer. They're interviewing students for the contest. It's based on test scores, and then they want to see your work. They did this rhythm music thing. They said, well, there's a name on this list that we haven't talked to yet. I could hear him. And he's got the highest rhythm score in the county. And he says, no. Then they says, well, who painted that on the wall? Kevin Blanche. Well, that's who we're talking about. Where's he? I says, I'm right here. I'm right here. And they come over and they says, well, how come you're not? Do you have a portfolio? Yeah, I have it. It's right here. Here, I won. Me and Eisenhower. Oh, what a beautiful artist. By the way, my daughters are blood relative to Cole, who did that. Cole Eisenhower, oh, God, what a grand, young, beautiful artist he is. He did the murals of the people's faces on 25th Street, not by the city didn't pay it, not the Tan Joe McQueens and the parrots. I know this. No, it was privately done. My daughters are brother related to him. And we won. I was way too young to be in a progressive art school. Doyle Strong, Farrell Colette. Talk about masters. But I can draw like a camera, oh can I? You know, you've seen them, some of them. So, Jackson Pollock, you got a drip. Jackson Pollock was a genius. I got to talk to her, the last living person that was in the car when they died, before she passed. You know, I lived in New York City for a long time. He was a depressionary artist, remember? Arnold Blanche. Oh, God, I love his work and his wife's. No relation to Kevin? I don't think so. He couldn't take it anymore post the bomb. Thomas Hart Benton. Thomas Hart Benton standing right there, May 10th, 1896. I envision one day a statue of Christopher Columbus standing on the highest mountain peak. He's pointing right there at the mighty Mount Ogden. I used to know the Shoshone word for what they called it. They called it. I got it. I just remembered it. Here's what the Shoshone. They call me So-So-Goya, which means what? The Shoshone used to call that Grandpa, Mount Ogden. The mighty Ben Lomond, Grandma. Or no, Mom. Father, Mother, Lewis Peak they used to call Child. Because this range, the natives called the children. The Shoshone called these the children. Rocky Mountain Way is better than the way we had. Jackson Pollock. Jackson, well, no, same place. No. Dick Cheney's not from there. He's from Wisconsin. Cody, Wyoming. He was born there. They lived all over. I'm a Grant Wood guy. Love Grant Wood. He could not cut down that cherry tree. The fallacies, he was the greatest. He got leukemia at 51 years old and died. Long video. Important video. We'll hang it up. I'm going to name it Jackson Pollock's Assembly Line. The F word. Don't say the new F word. Fukushima. Andy Warhol's mother's. Oh, she's still dripping. Keep dripping. Hope we're getting this. Wind chime. I'm so glad I never got the MoMA. I almost did. I came so close to getting a show in the MoMA. They interviewed me and everything. I'm so glad I didn't. You gotta drip. You gotta flip.